In this video, I will be showing how to replace a circulation pump on a dishwasher that has failed. The circulation pump controls the flow of water that sprays and cleans all of the dishes in the dishwasher. If you need to find your part number, you can look at it by opening the door on the dishwasher and looking just here to the right. This will allow you to order the correct part for your dishwasher. The tools I'll be using for this is a flathead screwdriver, a impact drill. If you don't have a drill driver, you can also use a ratchet screwdriver. You can put various bits into, a few star key bits, a pair of channel locks, and some rags. You can also use a sponge and some standard dish detergent soap. So I'll go ahead and run the system on normal, and I basically want to see what's going on with the water coming in. I'll use a flathead screwdriver and I will push the mechanism in as if it was locking so that the dishwasher will allow water to flow into it. As I'm allowing the water to fill up in the basin, I'll remove the bottom tray. And I want to illustrate here that this bottom spinner has two small clips on either side, and to remove it, you just pry up on one side and lift straight up. I'll also remove the screen assembly. This piece just pops right out. The next piece turns and comes directly up, and then this screen comes right out. The piece here that comes down is actually the part that helps direct the water to push it where it needs to go. When I replace the strainer, I'll make sure I put this piece back correctly. Now that the water is filled, I will wait for this pump to start, and you can see there's nothing going on here. I'll test to make sure that we are draining water and the sub pump is working correctly. So we know there's an issue going on with the recirculation pump. This could be due to a few things. I'll remove the 3 bolts that house the impeller. First, I'm going to remove the 3 mounting bolts using this star key for the recirculation pump. And sometimes you can check in here and see if there's bits of glass or debris, and this could be the cause of the issue. Also, on the opposite side, there could be something in there. In my case, this was not the issue. The actual motor was not functioning properly. So I'll remove this small ball here. This helps to direct water where it needs to go during the washing cycle. And then I'll just go ahead and get the excess water out with this towel here. Now I'll turn the fresh water off. After I turn off the water, I'll come here and turn the knob as I'm running the system, and that will actually release the pressure, the back pressure of the water from the fresh water line. Now I'll take my channel locks and just loosen up this fresh water line. And I'll use my rag to catch any excess water dripping from this. Then I'll unplug the dishwasher, and I will snake through the fresh water line and the electrical wire back through the hole here on the side of the cabinet. Now I will release the waste pipe by loosening this pipe clamp. And it's as simple as rocking this thing back and forth a little bit. It comes right out. And I'll save that clamp for a little later, and then push this waste hose back through the hole behind the dishwasher. Now this is the bottom plate of the dishwasher. If there's water under here, that's a pretty good indication that at least the O-ring on the recirculation pump is out, or the pump has failed altogether. Now there's 2 screws that hold the dishwasher upright that mount just below the kitchen cabinet. I'll remove those 2 screws, and I will pull down the tabs here and here so that I can get the dishwasher to come forward a bit, and then I'll just pull it forward. Now I've got it out, I'll flip it on its side to make it easier to work with. This is the motor I will be replacing with this new one. It's a good idea to look at this now to make sure they match up, and they do. So first thing I'll do is remove the electrical harness, and then there's 2 mounting bolts here. Same bit that I used to remove the previous 3 bolts in the dishwasher, and this just slides right off. This plate has a double prong. Those prongs actually go over the top and bottom here, slide right in. Once that's off, I can rock this pump back and forth, and it comes right out like that. Very simple. Now I'll match the old pump up with the new one once again, and this pump has failed. It looks like the shaft, old one, the impeller is rocking very freely. You can see this nice solid on there, so it looks like there is some kind of malfunction in the shaft. This pump also has 2 O-rings, one at the top here and one at the bottom. Now I'll set the new pump in a place I can work on it, and I'll take the 2 O-rings and use a little bit of dish detergent. This will help me put the O-rings in place without having to stretch them too much. And you can see here that the 2 O-rings, the old one is warped, it's almost flat, the one at the bottom, and the one at the top has the curve as it should. Now I'll place my second O-ring on top, and that's ready to go. I just line this back up the same way with the electrical inlet facing up, and this just pops right in. No need to force it. And this plate slides right over the top and bottom here. And then I will make sure I put the 2 mounting bolts back in. And the wire connector here has a design that it lines up. Just make sure you line it up correctly. Don't try to force it. Now that that's all replaced, I will lift the dishwasher back up and start feeding my waste hose, electrical, and my freshwater hose through the side of the cabinet. And I'll push the dishwasher in a bit and also be pulling these through at the same time, back and forth, until I get to where I need to be. Now at the very end here, these little tabs here, just kind of push them down a bit. It's kind of a tight fit, and then once they're pushed down and underneath, I can push the dishwasher in very easily. It slides right in. Now I can hook my fresh water back up, use my channel locks to tighten it up, and I will replace my pipe clamp and put the waistline back on to the garbage disposal. Sometimes these waistlines will be on your actual waistline pipe if you don't have a garbage disposal. And I'll plug the dishwasher back in, and then replace these 2 screws under the counter. We'll turn the water back on. Any excess water I'll wipe up, and then I want to run this system and let the water fill in the basin and then check for any leaks. No leaks, that's a good sign. And I'm going to lock this in place on the door so that it thinks that it's shut, so that I can let the fresh water flow in. Once that's full, you can see now that the water is actually moving in here. Make sure you replace this ball here. The water was not jumping up because this housing for the impeller was not installed. That directs the water where to go. After I replace the housing for the impeller, I'll put the top lint hair trap on, making sure that that lines up as it should. Then I'll lock it down with the locking mechanism here, turning it on. And then finally I'll put this last piece on, and then I could put the spinner in place. Now is a good time to check these spinners to make sure that there's no debris or glass or anything. Sometimes those can become clogged and also be contributing to an issue with the dishes not becoming clean. Now I'll put my bottom plate back on the dishwasher. It's just these 2 screws. Sometimes they can be a little tricky. I still have the locking mechanism engaged on the door so I can check this water after it fills up. And everything is working properly once again. So that's it. Dishwasher fixed. I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.